If agar aap denge ijazat, I would like to rewind to one of my favorite shows, Powder, which I
Hmm.
think, and I think I've seen it some other people as well. It was really a show that was ahead of its time. अगर वो शायद आज की डेट में release होती with a few tweaks here and there from a production angle, it could have been a far more popular show than it was. उस समय, what was it like working on a show like that? Because your character Rati, again, not a lot of dialogues as compared to some of the other ones, but still a very important character in one track. What is it like working on Powder?
You're right. I couldn't agree more with you about. I sometimes think about if Powder was made now, and I thought it was again incredible writing, and I thought Atul Sabharwal did a great job of writing it. And what I found very beautiful about Rati was I really liked that love track. I thought it was the only love track in the series, and it was just
Yeah.
these friends who lived in a mohalla and they were brought up together. And I loved the idea that there was uh, uh, no conversation on Hindu Muslim around that
नहीं नहीं.
relationship. क्योंकि और वही होता है ना बॉम्बे के आप एक मोहल्ले में एक साथ रहो पले बढ़ो तो you forget, you don't even see that as a difference. and
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
and that it's so nice that the series chose to do exactly what people who live like this do. I mean, they forget about these boundaries, and the series chose to do that as well. And I thought it was a very beautiful love story, and it was very and it was a bunch of incredible actors. That was the first time that Pankaj and I worked together.
Yes,
And
yes, of course.
in fact, right before we started working on Mirzapur, I don't know who sent me a small clip of Powder, and I saw this scene, which it's a very beautiful scene between Pankaj and me on the day that I've just that I get married, and I go to their house, and we're sitting across
Yes.
each other, and we're talking. And a few days before we started shooting for Mirzapur, I saw that. And then when I met Pankaj, I said, पता है किसी ने मुझे वो clip भेजी और मैंने वो देखा.
क्या
So
बात.
he said, कैसा लगा? So I said, हम लोग दोनों में तो बहुत अच्छा काम किए हैं. So he was like, हाँ हो हम लोग दोनों ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया था. I was like, चलो इसमें भी कर लेते हैं.
Yeah, I mean, from
So yeah.
uh, from a show like Powder to one like Mirzapur, I'm sure you get a lot of questions asking कि season 2 में क्या होगा, कब आ रही है. Did you get a sense while working on Mirzapur that it would gain the fan following it has?
Not at all. And I have zero foresight, honestly. I just never, I don't have plans. I mean, I'm not able to think of what will happen to something later. I'm
Hmm.
very excited about what I'm doing at that time, which is, I think, in some ways a good quality, sometimes not such a great quality to have, but it's held me in good stead as an actor so far. So I'm happy to preserve that. But I never thought of what would come of it and what would happen, or I just thought that Beena was a really fun character to play and very different physically from the
Hmm.
kind of roles that I have been offered. So, and dramatically different from the one that I had done right before, which was Safiya Manto. So I had
Acha.
finished shooting
Of course,
for
of course.
and so I in fact finished shooting for Manto and Hamid, which is a film that's on Netflix, and
Ji,
then
ji.
moved on to shooting for Mirzapur. And uh, Beena's physicality was so different from these two other women that I was just totally excited by that. And it was also very out of the box casting, and I'm very glad that the casting director and Karan Anshuman, who was the co-director on season one,
Hmm. Hmm.
took that call. I mean, I wouldn't see too many people casting me in a part like that at that time. Now because Beena Tripathi happened, then now people can see me in that light as well. I
Yeah.
was very excited about this, that one person has to sort of move away from the kind of roles
Yeah, of
you've
course.
been offered, and
Yeah.
others sort of follow. So I think for that reason it was very exciting for me. And she was just like, I was very interested in playing this role because I always watch people who enter a space, and for a reason that you can't really pinpoint, they get your attention. And it that is so different from how I am in life, you know. I'm trying to not get people's attention because I get really nervous around that, because then I feel like they'll expect me to say something or do something which will be cool and fun, and I can't go there. But but I've always, and especially women, you know, I find that I was always sort of really uh, mesmerized by women who would enter a room and for some reason they would have your attention. And it wasn't because they were very, very beautiful or they were wearing something very nice. There was just something very attractive about them, you know, something magnetic about them. So I was wondering, and that's how I saw Beena. And I was like, can I play this character, which I'm so not, you know? So that was my excitement. I didn't know at all. I didn't think at all about how the series was going to do. And yes, it is. It continues to fascinate me, the kind of following that Mirzapur has. I mean, I
Yeah.
put up a photo about a flower, and the question is, "Ma'am, Mirzapur season 2 kab aayega?"
Lot of
So
people want to know. Yeah.
we have a really loyal audience, which is actually very sweet. I mean, I totally enjoy it, and
Yeah. Yeah.
even though that's not what I went out looking for, I'm totally having a ball with it. My intention always on a day of shoot is to uh, and I allow myself to believe this. In fact, uh, I encourage myself to believe this, that on a day of shoot, my job is to impress the director.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And no matter what I think about the director, whether I think they're more talented or less talented than me, or what their work has been, or what their experience has been, or whatever, I feel that my job on a given day of shoot is to make this man or woman happy by what I do. So I am only completely focused on that, and possibly a little. And the other thing that I'm focused on is I really genuinely want to share something special with my co-actor.
Hmm.
And and those are the only two things that preoccupy me on a day of shoot.
Thank you. Stay safe and hope to, like I said, hope to see you soon in a lot more projects. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.